What's up everyone, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another collaboration beer. This time between Root and Branch Brewing, and they're out of Copiague, New York, and Brujos Brewing, and they're out of Portland, Oregon, and this is a spell for the Death of Man 2. So they are calling this one a multi-oat / wheat triple India Pale Ale brewed and dry hopped with Freestyle Manalita, Motueka and Nelson Sauvin hops. It comes in at 10% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed. Time of review. And this can is just over 5 weeks old. And I want to give a huge thanks, shout out once again to a very good friend of mine and viewer of the channel, Sierra Hotel, for this beer. He sent me a small box of goodies by his standards recently that included what he is deeming to be the 4-pack of hype, which included this beer and Root and Branch and Brujos Brewing. That definitely makes sense. So this is the first Root and Branch beer that I'm trying, period. And I'm really excited to give this one a go. Now, I will say there is one discrepancy between what this says on the can and what they posted on Tapped or on Instagram. This says with Freestyle Manalita hops, and on Instagram it says Citra. So I don't know why the discrepancy, but whatever the case may be, it is what it is. We'll see what's going on here. So once again, huge thanks to your hotel for this one. I'm really excited. First Root and Branch beer, and of course it's a Brujos collab. So, and I just got done reviewing my first Brujos beer, which was their Majester Ignis, and it lived up to the hype. So I'm really excited about this one. Let's give it a pour, see what we got going on. So a big triple, and I'm glad I'm starting out with the triple from Root and Branch. I've heard pretty good things. And here we are. So when it comes to their labels, I like it, but I like the simplicity to it. Like, I really do. So throw this over here. And yeah, so this looks very akin to that Majester Ignis that I did from Brujos, albeit a little bit darker. Has more of like this dark, like on camera, it's probably going to look somewhat oxidized, I would imagine, based on my camera. In person, it does not. It just has this like dark honey orange color. Finger of this almost lightly tan, super creamy looking head. Murky turbid, hold up to light. You really can't see through it. Plays the role, especially for a triple. A lot of the triples are a bit darker because of the sheer amount of malt they're using. Anyway, nose. Nice. Ooh. So this is just over 5 weeks old. Definitely has a sweeter kind of nose to it. It is a triple, and it's just over 5 weeks old. So maybe the hops have died down a bit. Maybe the malt's coming up to the forefront a little bit. It has a candied kind of saturated stone and tropical fruit, like mango, peach, apricot. But then I'm getting the influence of the Nelson and the Motueka, where I'm getting some more white wine than white grape, and then like a zesty lemon lime. I also will say they do mention that they use Motueka and Nelson subzero hop kief in the packaging tank 24 hours before they package the beer. I'd imagine that gives it more of like an intense overall saturated kind of hop nose. Man, it has almost a creamsicle, and I'm starting to get like a citrus creamsicle, like almost an orange creamsicle, a mango creamsicle. Just, man, it smells really good. There is a slight dankness to the nose. It's not overbearing. And it does have a slightly green, like vegetal kind of hop burn nose where you can tell that it's super fresh. It's, again, not overbearing, not over the top, but I do notice it as I go back with each sniff. It smells really good though. Nose-wise, I can't tell it's 10%. There's no astringency, but it definitely smells like a sweeter, bigger beer of some sort. Just based on the look and the nose, I would say this is at least 8.5 to 9. So I'm not surprised that's 10. Anyway, huge thanks to your hotel for this one. Let's get into it, everybody. Cheers. It's really nice. Really nice. Really, really nice. Oh, so that kind of, as it passed through the palate, it kind of started to just get better and better and kind of elevated to the finish. Yeah, finish is great. The body on this one, it's not like super viscous. It's not over the top in terms of thickness. But it's a bigger beer. This is like lower side of full, medium, maybe medium full. What I'm loving about this one is the mouthfeel. Fucking top tier. You know, I've said, you know, before, all these crazy hype breweries, the Root and Branches, the Brujos, the Fidens, the Troons of the world. I said, like, the top tier mouthfeels for me, up until a point, was Treehouse, Hot Butcher, Other Half. And then Fidens came along, and it's just like, this is upper echelon mouthfeel. This is smooth. It's soft, smooth, and creamy. There's enough carbonation to let you know it's a beer, but it's more mild to moderate. And it's so great. This is one of those beers I just want to drink for the mouthfeel alone. Also, kudos to this because it hides the alcohol extremely well. I forget this is 10% as I'm drinking it. Like, this drink's more like an 8%, maybe 8.5%. So hides the alcohol well. The flavor, it got better and better on the finish. I really dig the finish. The forefront, there's more of like a malt character. It has like a vanilla, bready kind of malt character at the forefront. Dives underneath the palate. Right after that, citrus fruit hits. There's orange. There's tangerine, ruby red grapefruit. As it passes through, though, I get hit with more of that, I would say, mango peach kind of stone fruit. And then because it kind of mixes in with that base bready vanilla thing, I'm getting slight creamsicle. Maybe not as big as the nose, but definitely there. You could even say like a lemon lime sorbet, right? The Motueka producing definitely the citrus vibes, and again, mix it in a little bit sweeter, kind of a sorbet. It finishes with that white wine dryness. This is semi to full on dry, mild to moderately bitter. So there's not a huge bitterness, but it has this nice white wine dryness. And it also has like a dank floral kind of finish, or dank and earthy, dank floral earthy kind of in the finish. And what I liked about the finish is that white wine dryness, because like halfway to 2/3 of the way through the palate, that lemon lime kind of sorbet, the creamsicle, it kind of just keeps on ramping up, but then that dryness hits with the white wine dryness. And again, that floral, dank earthiness. The hop burn essence in the nose did not carry over the taste. This does have like a slight greenness, like vegetal matter, that you could say maybe slightly hop burn, but not really. There's no like burn in my chest or in my throat or anything. This is really good. Is it as good as the Brujos Magister Ignis? Two different beers, right? One's a triple IPA, the other one's a double. Definitely different hops being used. Which one do I prefer more? I don't think it really matters. And I shouldn't be comparing the two beers just because there is really no comparison in terms of like, you know, what am I comparing, right? Let's just say from this aspect. This is, I poured in the rest of the goodies, and that, again, vanilla kind of creamsicle thing is building up a little bit, which is really nice. What can I say about this? It's a 10%, you know, hazy triple IPA. The mouthfeel is fucking bonkers. The flavor is pretty damn good, like highly enjoyable. I like the creamsicle. I'm getting the vast majority of the hop character. The only negative to this one I can really say is that I think I would want a little bit more bitterness instead of the dryness. Like, I'd want more of like a mild to moderate bitterness, more approaching moderate, dumb down the dryness just as a personal preference. But I'm not going to sit here and say this isn't a fucking delicious triple IPA, because it is. Hype or not, doesn't matter. You rate to what's in your glass, and if I was doing this blind, I'd be like, this is really good. I'd probably guess double, because I think it hides the alcohol. I'd probably guess like 8.5%, 9%. The fact that this is 10, I'd be in the realm. But what I enjoy about it is, again, that body and mouthfeel. I just want to drink that, you know, this beer for that alone. Man, it's scary how drinkable this is. So I gave the Magister Ignis from Brujos a, what did I give that? I gave it a 4.6. I think this is in the realm. So I'm going to give a Spell for the Death of Man 2, collaboration between Root and Branch and the aforementioned Brujos. I'm going to give this a high 4.5 and go 4.55. I think this is another hype beer that kind of lived up to the hype. It really has. I want to try more from Root and Branch, more of their own doing as opposed to like collabs. But for my first Root and Branch beer and my first Brujos beer, like, they've definitely nailed the, hit the nail on the head. Like, it's really good. I will say though, and I said this in the Brujos review that I did, the first time I had Fidens, like, I got a 4-pack, and all of them were between 4.25 to 4.5. And the key thing that I remember first time having Fidens was just the quality and consistency. And I'm curious to see if that is the same for Root and Branch. and Brujos if I get a chance to try more down the line, because I think the consistency is the thing, right? Anyway, price point, availability. Price point, I have no idea because I did not buy this because of Sierra Hotel. So if anybody knows the price point, I'd imagine $22 to $24 a 4-pack, something in that realm, maybe a bit higher. They are in Long Island, so, you know, it is what it is. Shout out to the motorcycle. And the availability, root and branch. I know I'm pretty sure you got to get at the brewery, but I don't know if they get drips and drabs into like New York City or like maybe more, you know, closer to New York City. We don't see them here in Buffalo, New York. At least I've never seen them. But yeah, if anybody knows the availability and price point of this beer, post in the comment section. If you've had this one before, post in the comment section as well. If you've had anything from Root and Branch, what should I be keeping lookout for going forward? Is there any specific beer from them I should try? This is my first experience with them, and they definitely hit it out of the park, and I'm really happy about it. So huge thanks to Sierra Hotel for hooking me up with this one. I got 2 more in that hyped 4-pack goodness that he sent my way. One is a collaboration between Highland Park and Troom, which crazy. And then I forget the other one was Noble Savage, which they're apparently getting quite a bit of hype too. So anyway, thanks again to him. Thanks to everybody stopping by for another beer. I feel like this one's putting me in the dirt already. Like, I drank maybe like a third of it. I feel like I'm hammered already. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. Till the next one. Cheers.